You guys give money to the homeless people? Ever? Have you ever though? You know? Okay. So like occasionally, like for whatever reason, like I will give money, but I've had a few things that have happened to me in the past, which I could talk about those, but I could think of like maybe 3 or 4 stories of homeless people that was like, what? And then so it kind of like shut me off from like giving to the homeless people, especially dudes. You know, if I see a dude and he's homeless and he's like got a sign, I'm like, get a job, man. You know, I just don't feel as much sympathy for a dude. Anyhow, like I was coming home from work and I was taking the exit off the freeway. You know, like there could be like usually the exit ramp there, and then there's a light there usually. You know, and so I'm coming up to this light, and there's like maybe 4 or 5 cars in front of me. And there's always a homeless person there. Like there's always some dude with a sign that says, you know, God bless, hungry or whatever, you know. And I'm like, yeah, okay. But I was like whatever you do, get a job. This time though, I just pull up. I'm like eating my carrots that I didn't eat or whatever for lunch in a Ziploc bag, and I see like a woman there, you know. And I'm like, ah, man. I felt so bad because I'm like, if it's a dude, get a job. If it's a woman, I was like, I gotta help her out. I don't know why. So I was like, okay. So I finished up my carrots, and then I grabbed it in my cup holder. I had like 2 pounds worth of like quarters or whatever and change, because like in LA you have to pay for parking just about anywhere. And so I'm like, I'll give her my change or whatever. So I like start digging it out of the cup holder and then putting it in the Ziploc bag. And I'm trying to do this pretty fast because the light's going to change any minute now. And then I see behind me this big truck that pulls up, right? And I always feel like big truck behind me is like an angry guy, like, get out of my way, you little idiot! You know, that's how I feel. I'm like, dude, all right. And then the light changes, and then I like soup it up, you know, and I'm like, this guy's behind me, like, come on, let's go! And I'm like, I roll down my window, and then I pull this 2-pound bag of change out like this. And I see her, like, she takes her sign and she puts it down, and she goes like this, you know? And I start speeding up because all the cars are going really fast, and I'm like adjusting, and I'm like, okay. I'm going like 25 miles an hour, and then I'm like, wait a minute, how the hell am I going to hand this off to her? You know? And I'm thinking like, all this is within like a couple of seconds. I'm like, she might grab my hand and pull me out of the car. Or I might grab her and pull her under the car. What the hell's going to happen here? And then I'm like, think. And then I'm like, quick problem solver, and I was like, I got it. I will just flick it up just a little bit. So it'll land gracefully into her hands. And going 25 miles an hour, and I'm like, okay, and now, you know? And I see this 2-pound bag of change go, and she's like this. I see it go, boom, and it fall down on the ground. And her expression was one of like disgrace or something, and she was just like I just went, you homeless idiots, you know, and threw it at her face. And I was like, wait, no, I didn't mean. And then the guy behind me, he might be like, what? This guy's an idiot, a jerk. But I felt so bad, and I was like, man, I was just trying to do something nice, and I threw like 2 pounds. And I started thinking, I was going 20 miles. How hard? That must have hurt. And I haven't seen her back since. This was like a couple of months ago. But man, I felt so bad. And I was really trying to be nice. There's like 2 pounds of quarters. So